It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Jasmine Brand is here.
Yes. I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
Yee T, right now, let's talk about Calvin Darden Jr. If you don't know who he is a man who was convicted of defrauding former NBA star Dwight Howard of $7 million. He is now facing a prison sentence of 11 to 14 years. Oof. And this is not his first time in legal trouble. He was sentenced to 1 year in prison back in 2016 for impersonating his father, who was a successful businessman in an attempt to purchase Maxim magazine. And he also was found guilty of scamming former NBA player Chandler Parsons out of $1 million. Well, here is what Dwight Howard had to say when he was on Way Up with Angela Yee about this situation.
I lost $7 million. I was going to try to purchase a WNBA team. Got with some people. We put together this group. After I invested my money, I disappeared, took the money. It's been in the news. They made arrests.
All right, so this was supposed to be him purchasing the WNBA Atlanta Dream Team.
Right, yeah.
And the purchase of the team was made by a 3-member investment group, and that $7 million contribution had no part in the transaction.
Can you imagine investing $7 million and then getting scammed out of it? I'd be mad if it was $7,000 I got scammed.
I'd be mad if it was $7. I don't have money like that. But you just defrauded.
Yeah.
And then what did you think? You would get away with taking a fake $7 million investment? But you know, it's crazy that it took this long because this was back in 2021.
Right. And this guy has a history of, doing sketchy things like this apparently. So.
Yeah. All right. Now, Al Pacino recently did an interview with the New York Times and People magazine that was published over the weekend. Mm-hmm. And he talked about COVID and how he basically died for a moment. Okay. He had no pulse. And he said he didn't see the white light or anything, and there's nothing there after death. He said, as Hamlet says, to be or not to be. And he says 2 words, no more. It was no more, you're gone. I'd never thought about it in my life. But actors, it sounds good to say I died once. What it is when there's no more. And so they asked him whether his brush with death had changed how he lives, and he said, not at all.
Well, can I just say this? Maybe that was his experience. Maybe other people have a different experience when they...
He was like, there was no light. There was nothing, y'all.
There was nothing for him.
Man, that's scary. Well, he does have his memoir coming out, Sonny Boy. Okay. And so they said he really details the experience in that memoir, too.
I didn't know he got that sick during... I mean, that is very sick. He got sick during COVID.
And he's 84 years old right now. So he was 80. All right, Rihanna and Kendrick Lamar have reportedly declined headlining Coachella of 2025.
Okay.
They shared this report at Bloomberg, and they published an article about the current state of the Indio Music Festival and its plans for next year. There's been some hard times in the last few years. It closed down during the pandemic,
right? And
then it didn't sell out over the past 2 years. And they said Coachella actually had its slowest ticket sales in 10 years. In 2024.
I remember I lived in LA for a while. I remember Coachella used to be a huge deal.
People used to come park really far away, rent houses, and do all kinds of things.
Yeah.
All right. So, but apparently Kendrick Lamar is allegedly planning his own tour after the Super Bowl halftime show.
Okay.
Doing stadiums.
Nice.
So,
that makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely does. Mm-hmm. And that also means new album, right?
Yep.
All right,
course.
well, that is your Yee T. When we come back, we have About Last Night. That's where we discuss what we did last night. In the meantime, let's hear from Pop Smoke. What you know about love is Way Up.